Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone is all well. We are here at Eastleigh, and I don't know if you'll notice, but they have painted the outside bit. They kind of like refurbished the outside bit. It's like this grey now. Previously it was just all brick, like natural looking and that. So this is quite appealing now. It looks a lot better. And previously as well, when I first came here, if anyone hasn't seen my previous video, feel free to watch it. And I'll put a little link on the top. There is, when you look at it, there was like scaffolding and all this kind of stuff. It was very, very difficult to figure out where this Teamsport was when I first arrived. Especially the scaffolding was covering the actual Teamsport logo and stuff like that. And it was a little bit confusing. It's a lot lighter out now. It is getting dark. Our session will be a lot darker. I do need to make sure the footage is good enough that you lot can see. Also, I'm here to try and improve my lap times if the session goes well. There's not enough yellow flags or red flag, and also just having a good time. I am with Sophie and Sean and Connor. Connor and Sean have never been here before. It's their first time here, so they're going to have a good time. It is a very, very short track. I did quite enjoy it. It was quite fun, but this one doesn't seem to be that technical. It's just making sure that your throttling is on point pretty much, and making sure that you're perfect on the racing line and stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be good fun. Hopefully I can beat my time and stuff. I'll do another quick tour around inside the building. At the moment it is very busy in there. It's very noisy. There is loud music on at the moment, hence why we're in the car. And it is quite cold in there as well. So I am expecting the track to be very cold. I'm expecting it to be a little bit slippery as well. We see how it goes. We're just here to have a good time, and I'll see you guys inside the building. So right, so it's almost coming up to our session. When I say almost, it's like just over an hour. Yeah, we've got a bit of a wait. Anyway, so I saw this. I'm up in the briefing room. This is the briefing room right here. In here, there's this. There is the racetrack right here. So this is the pit lane right here. You'll be coming out, come around turn 1, turn 2, make your way down, turn 3, turn 4, make your way around. You can actually hug this, but I know some people take different lines where they go absolutely wide here and then try and get a good cut on this one and then try and keep this, and they slowly move over. There is a marshal board right here. You can brake quite late on this one, try and hit the apex and get a good exit and up the ramp. You want to hug this side right here and then make your way down on the ramp. And I believe the pit entry there is roughly about here. There's a little dip that comes in, that's your braking point. You want to hug this corner on turn 1 and turn 2. But yeah, actually I got this completely wrong. That is turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, but you know what I mean. But you want to hug this one and try and get a good exit, because anything outside of this is incredibly slippery. So, but yeah, this is the layout. It's all one floor, just like very much like Gosport, and there's just one bridge, but that's about it. I thought I'd just quickly show you that. And for those who are planning on coming over here and that, and you want to look at the track and stuff like that, I've just shown it to you. Okay, so I'm going to give a very, very quick tour. So the main entrance is just on the far back over there. When you come through in here, you can come up to these stairs. There is a waiting room. It's a lot quieter in here. There's some seats and tables and stuff like that. It is a lot quieter in here. That's where we've pretty much been chilling. There are more spectating spots over there along the window. This is the pit area. To get to that area, so the main doors are right there over the head. You come straight through, and then on the left here there will be a board with names and all that lot on there, and then you can enter onto the track here. So there are changing rooms, there's lockers and stuff like that in here as well, and all the toilets are down here as well. But that's a very quick tour. When you do come in through the entrance, on the right hand side you can sign in and stuff like that. So we go and get a different view. There we go. So there are the boards up here. So if anyone's spectating, all the live timings are on this TV right here. There is a very, very small podium. I don't have like a selfie stick, so I'm kind of holding the camera a little bit weirdly. But yeah, there is a very, very small podium just right here. And then you can spectate the whole track from here. So we'll watch these lot come around. So here we are at Teamsport Eastleigh. We're just going out onto the track. Got to bear in mind that there are new people on the track. They haven't been on this track before, so you've got to be mindful that you have to expect them to be slow, and also there's probably not regulars here as well. So we're coming up around here where the pit entry is. We noticed there was no red light here, so it did cause a little bit of a bundle. But anyways, green light, it is what it is. So we follow around. I'm following behind Sean, and also Sophie's in front. Just be careful. I would like to try and get past him as soon as I can. I've noticed Sean has gone a little bit wide there. He's learning this track. He's never been on this before. I was on the radio to Sean at the time, and I'm pretty sure he just wanted to follow me, learn the lines and stuff. And I think it is a lot easier, especially that someone that you know knows the track, knows the racing line. Is pretty good to try and follow them and see how they're doing it and just try and keep up with them. I'll make a move here. Sophie saw myself coming through. Thank you very much for me to get past there. Coming up onto the pit entry right now, coming down the ramp. This bit's quite fast. It really does bring up the speed. You've got to make sure you hug this right-hander. If you go a little bit too far out, it gets incredibly slippery. So you're coming underneath the bridge. You want to keep right, but you want to flick it and just put your acceleration on as early as possible and just hug it. A lot of it is hugging corners. This bit, I tend to brake a little bit too early or sometimes a bit too late. It's the only part that I struggle throughout this whole track. It seems very easy just to get around hairpins and that, but yeah, sometimes where I'm looking at the marshal board and stuff like that, I tend to mess up my braking points. So we skip a little bit ahead. I'm just following this car in front, and out of nowhere he braked incredibly hard, which caused a spin out. I've nearly collided the side of him. I know Sean was directly behind me as well, and we just managed to avoid him. Did cause a yellow flag, and the good news is that the person was all okay and is back on track. I have decided to pit. There has been a problem with my kart, so you will just see right here where the issue was. I wanted to show you a lot this, so it's quite important. If there's any issues with the karts now, feel free to go and pit and change your kart. You do need to have some sort of a valid reason of why you should pit. If there's like a flat tire or something that you could cause an incident or the safety about yourself or others around you, please tell a marshal and pit immediately. I have made a mistake on this corner right here. Sean's with me and I allowed him to go through. He's learnt the lines, he knows how to race around here, and I thought, okay, let's see how he can perform around the track. And just shortly afterwards, this will be the end of the first session. I will see you guys off the track and talk about it. See you in a bit. Okay, so that was the very first session. It was great, it was so much fun, but I did have some issues. So the problem was when I went out, I've noticed there was a spring on my brake. And the good news is that I can still brake. The other spring was on, but the right side of that brake, the spring did come off. I managed to kick it out the way and it wasn't really poking into my side of my foot, but then eventually it started hurting my foot because it had a really sharp end on the spring. And it was just digging into my shoe, and I was worried that it was going to damage my shoe, and so I decided to go and pit. But anyways, it was really good. I did have a black visor on. I highly recommend not to wear them. It is awfully dark, especially further out the back. One thing that is really cool though that I have noticed, they've installed some sort of lights underneath the bridge and you can see it on the floor and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to the next session. We're about to go on the second session very shortly, in probably the next 5-10 minutes. I did change my visor on my helmet so I can see much better. God, I'm surprised I managed to see that person in front of me who spun out right at the back underneath that bridge. I nearly went to the side of him, and I noticed Sean was directly behind me and he did follow me. But we both managed to avoid it. We could have easily just probably gone for the inside, but these things, it happens so goddamn quick and you have to react really quickly and stuff, so you kind of don't know which way they're going. But other than that, yeah, I'm looking forward to the second session. Let's go straight to it. Right, we're on our way on the second session right now. I am behind Sean and Sophie again. Let's see if we can try and get some overtakes. Now they've learnt the racing line, giving Sean a little bit of a nudge. I think he was being a little bit generous with Sophie in front. Don't want to add a little bit of contact, and unfortunately I went a little bit too wide. I thought I could go a little bit wider on that bit and try and get a good exit. Later in the lap I did manage to catch up with the pack in front, trying to get a good exit going up the ramp. I did hit the barrier on the left hand side, right on the bumper of Sean, coming down to the pit entry right now. I thought I was going to go for the inside. I decided not to. There was no way I could make that, so I back out of that one. So we're pushing up, going around this turn one. He follows him on the outside and I quickly nip it in on the inside and managed to get the overtake. Job done. A little bit later on, I've noticed these two in front, they're having a really good battle. I was like, yeah, I need to take part of that. He thinks of going on the inside. I'll try and follow around, trying to push as much as I can, try and get close to this gap, go for the inside. He did brake incredibly early and I did collide inside of him. This is a great example for everyone that if this does happen to you, just immediately give him a plenty of space, apologise, put your hand up so they can acknowledge you and see that, you know, it was never intentional. But I did get the overtake job done, and I'm catching up with the person in front, sticking with my racing line right here. Goes a little bit wide there, but he does get a really good exit. So we're coming up to turn one to see if I can try and get the overtake right here, try and get a good exit for myself. Unfortunately, I did not. I just stayed with him as much as I can. Right on his bumper on this ramp right now. Getting as close as possible. Making it down to where the pit entry is, trying to stick with him as close as I can, and hopefully he'll make a mistake and I can try and get the overtake. So now we're starting another lap, going around onto turn one, try and stay with him as much as possible. Did have a small mistake right there. Let's see how well he does this. Makes a very small mistake right there. Stay on the inside. He's acknowledged me. He went a little bit too wide here and he allowed me through. Thank you very much. A few laps later, I've noticed there will be another battle coming up. I can see Connor coming out of the pits. This is rather going to be very interesting. Let's give this one a go. Let's try and close the gap as much as I can. I know I can easily close it on this bit right here, trying to get up on the ramp. Trying to get close to number 4's bumper as much as possible. I nip it on the inside. He did go wide again. We're going side by side, going down the ramp, going out the end here. Nip it on the inside, got the overtake job done. God, I've never had side by side like that. I was fully committed. I was very happy with that. That was brilliant for myself. So staying behind Connor. Let's see if I can try and go for another overtake. He acknowledges me, goes quite wide again. Nip it on the inside, and that's it. That's the end of the session. That was very good fun. Very enjoyed that. Got some really good overtakes as well. So anyways, that's the end of the session. I'll see you guys off the track. Okay, so had my second session. It was a lot better. I managed to get into the late 24s. So very, very, very happy with that. It was a much better session. I could see better and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do a very, very quick outro. So, oh, this is quite funny. Anyways, give it a like if you like the video and stuff. Feel free to put a comment in below. Let me know if you enjoyed anything out of the video today, or feel free to post your lap times. So I'd like to know your lap times at Eastleigh. And also, if you want to see some future content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for everyone that subscribing and supporting me on my channel. And also, yeah, just thanks a lot. It really does mean a lot, and I absolutely love it. So anyways, see you next time. Bye bye.